Welcome to this exciting episode where we actually do something with the car. We left you with this buck, and I'll explain why we had to throw all that away.
It's getting really annoying not having any reference points on here. So for the moment, I've just put a laser point from this corner here, what I think is straightforward. Again, I've got no angles to take it off, but at least I'm going to put a line along here. So hopefully I can then take 90s off this, make sure the two sides are parallel, get the headlights on pointing forward, and we'll have something to work with. So that's the headlights loosely positioned. You can see that the front wings need to come down. The bonnet there should be lower than those, coming to the same point at the end. So quite a bit of shaping done on those wings, but one thing that's really highlighted, I've stopped looking at it from the front and come around the side. How long is that gap between wheel arch and the front of the car? I'm going to take, I don't know, 25, 35 centimetres out of that. Just move the whole lot of that back so it's close to the front of the car. I won't do that until I start taking the car down a bit, because I need to work out what's behind there in the actual Porsche so that any panels I make on here will fit over that.
So I spent the next 2 weeks carefully moving the MDF structure onto the car, gluing it in place with hot glue, getting the foam there, getting over the obstacles. Yeah, I was really beginning to make progress. If you wondered why you look at this screen instead of me actually doing that, well, let me explain.
Oh, we had a storm blow over last night, so let's see how the car survived. Oh, hit by a bin. Drastically realigned wing mirror on the casing. Front cover. Yeah, pretty comprehensively ripped off. Somewhere over there. So that front's not quite covered. Yeah, that's suboptimal. Right. Now this is why I was going to work in there originally.
Just a quick mention of aircon. I had to get this moved. A guy called David at Be Cool Aircon really helped me out here. It was in the way, it had these custom ends, absolute nightmare. I'll mention it properly when we fit the stuff he sends me, but back to the plot. I removed most of the damaged stuff and just rested the headlights on the wooden bits that were still remaining.
So, looking at this wing, the Porsche bonnet line and the Citroen bonnet line are wrong. That is too narrow for the Citroen. Citroen's going to be coming to this corner here. So I need a line going from that hinge, down to this corner here. I also need to make sure this wing here comes across here sensibly, and obviously down the side here has to meet to that. So this is going to have to be cut back, and that bit there is my hard point. So I need to make sure I don't actually go that far in, but this point here will connect to about there. This point here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to hot glue some string onto there, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
The string actually worked better than I expected. You can sort of see where the wing's shaped in. It was also really good for highlighting a couple of problems I had. So we know about the bonnet line and having to cut that metal off, you can see. But more importantly, around the side of the wing, it showed where those pipes were. You can see where I'm pointing. The brake pipes, basically, I think they're brake pipes, and the aircon pipe stick up. And they're pretty close to the standard wing, but I want to put more of a clearance there.
I'm trying to work out how that front wing will go. The DS is higher and then curves down, so I'm putting some polyurethane sheet just to give me a former, because I want the wing to follow more of that profile, so you've got some good clearance over those pipes, so the bodywork's at the top of that, and I need to get a smooth curve from here along there to that. I will then be taking it from here right the way down to there, but I thought I'd get a manageable piece first, put that in, put that in, put one there, and try and get that ready to go. So I've now cut that polyurethane piece to size, so that gives just a little bit higher A little bit more clearance, makes the bonnet flatter because the DS is. If we look at it from the other side, you can see it's raised a little bit above. So we have this hot glued in place, polyurethane there, and now I need to tape across that and just fill up to that level with some foam. Right, we're going to build up this foam here, fill that area. Some PU expanding foam. I hate this stuff, gets everywhere, makes a mess of everything. Some water, spray it, make it wet, make sure that it activates properly. Some rough grit sandpaper, just to put something for it to key into on here. Some gloves, because I hate that stuff, it's crap. And I've made an approximate former, just so I can scrape it roughly to the right shape. There's no great angle to film this from, but basically you're looking towards the outside of the car, the foam's going in here, it's going to fill along there and to that line.
So here we go with sand, spray, 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 shake the can, yeah, spray the gloop on there. This is, oh, I hate this stuff. It's sticky, it goes everywhere, you can't control it. God awful invention. I'm going to probably look for something better to do if you have to use this stuff again. Anyway, yeah, enjoy me making a mess.
Well, there's 2 cans of foam on there. That one there, as you can see, comes above the black of the line. Same on that side. Blimey, 7 minutes in, he's still here. Yeah, so I had to wait for that foam to go off, and while I was waiting, I got life in the way and had to do stuff. So it's now pitch black. I will be shaping that down on both sides, make it all smooth and lovely, but that's one for next episode, I fear. At the same time as that, I will be working out what to do with this, and I might even put the headlight bit in between. Hold on for the next exciting installment. Like, subscribe and all that.